Protective hairstyles and the myths. So we're going to talk about the myths of protective hairstyle and why it's like kryptonite to our hair. We're going to also talk about ways to combat that and change that whole outcome of hair loss. And then last but definitely not the least, we're going to talk about the mindset shift to understand why we are continuing to do it the way that's damaging our hair. So some of the myths that we have is, let's talk about some of the hairstyles. We have our ponytails, right? Our ponytails, we have our quick weaves, we have our lace fronts. All three are beautiful hairstyles. However, those are not protective hairstyles, and braids. And I'm going to tell you why. Anytime you have to put something foreign in your hair to create something that lasts forever, where you don't service your hair, where you don't wash and shampoo your hair, that is not a protective hairstyle, okay? A protective hairstyle is one where you're not doing a lot of maintenance and not a lot of manipulation to the hair. However, your hair is getting the treatment that it needs on a weekly basis, okay? So the reason why I called out those top four is you're using pomades, you're using alcohol, right, to go ahead and slick that hair down. You're using gels to go ahead and slick that hair down. Sorry, guys. Family's coming back, right? So those things are all like alkaline products or products that make your hair dry, okay? It does also blocks your hair follicle from growing. Pomades as well, even though they lay down, and when you're braiding the hair and you lay it down and you do those stitch braids, it looks beautiful, but at the same time, it is blocking your hair follicle and you don't really realize it. Lace front wigs, that's going to have you putting something over your head. And a lot of times we may see celebrities that like, oh my gosh, their hair grew and they was wearing lace front wigs. Yes, because they understood the way they applied it, they took it off and gave their hair care. They serviced their hair. They did protein treatments. They treated their hair under that. And then when it's time to perform, they put their wigs back on and then they rocked it, right? So their hair is forever growing because they're doing the necessary steps to understand that this is a temporary hair service, whether it's wigs, weaves, quick weaves, that should not be on for weeks at a time, but that is what we're doing. Why? All right. So now we talked about the causes of it, how to combat. Do the 80-20. Do 80% where you're wearing your natural hair, and do the 20% where you're doing your extensions, okay? Special occasions, different things like that. I promise you, you will see a difference. However, the major issue is the mindset shifting that has to take place. And the reason why we're going to talk about that is a lot of times we were taught that our hair is difficult, that we kind of treat our hair how our life is. Something we don't want to deal with, we put something over it and not have to look at it. So we have to change the mind shift and understand that our hair can be as glamorous and as beautiful as those wigs and weaves that we're using to cover up. We have to change the mindset to understand if I take care of my hair, it will be in a place where I can just wear my hair. All right. We also have to understand that our hair is beautiful. We have to be able to embrace that. If we don't change our mind shift, we're going to continue to be looking for videos on how to restore our edges, how to restore our hair loss. All right. So it has to start with the mind shift. And I'll see you guys next video. Bye.